Hi everyone. Happy Sunday. Hopefully you all are having a great day so far. Uh wow, it's going to be a Sunday, isn't it? Oh my goodness. It's going to be a great day across many portions of the area, but then we got some big changes on the way. So let's get right to it. The first thing I do want to talk about is the gorgeous colors that we still have across portions of the mountains, mainly at about 3,500 feet and above. This is a picture sent in yesterday from one of our awesome viewers, Kelly Brown, who sent it to me on social media. We really appreciate your viewer photos and videos for a multitude of reasons. One of the reasons why I think our fall color graphics are so accurate is because we get these photos and videos in from you. You are our eyes and ears on the ground, and then we're able to update them more accurately, of course. In fact, I got a few photos yesterday from a friend, Patrick, who runs the Race City Flight operations in Mooresville. I've done a few school talks and weather talks there, and he was letting me know that he flew over Mount Mitchell yesterday, and some of that color was past peak. So it's just a good idea, right? We love getting your pictures and videos. Just a good reminder, right? You can share them on social media to us, myself, Brad, Larry, Chris, KJ, and you can also use the Near Me function on the WCNC Charlotte mobile app. So that's a really nice picture. But I want to talk about where other places you can see some fall color this weekend. So I did update our current leaf map. You can see there Mount Mitchell. So that's pretty much from about 6,000 feet and above. We know Mount Mitchell, of course, is over toward the Asheville area. I still think 6,000 feet and above, where Mount Mitchell is probably past its peak. Again, Patrick sending in that report there. But Grandfather Mountain, Beach Mountain, Sugar, Ginger Cake, Banner Elk, Blowing Rock, all still pretty good right now. So we have high to peak color there from Valley Cruises all the way up toward Grandfather Mountain. Of course, these will be changing as we head toward the next few days and, of course, toward the weekend, too. I would expect by next weekend that areas like Beach, Sugar, Grandfather, especially, so anywhere above about 5,000 feet will probably be past peak officially, but we'll still see the ability for some high color there and some peak color as well. Oftentimes, of course, the mountain valleys still see the color well past the peak of the peak mountaintops. And of course, it's still going to be great to see the colors at least for quite some time, even across the metro, right? We're only at low color right now officially. Typically, we see our peak in the Charlotte metro area, so most of Mecklenburg County. That's not until after November 5th, so closer to the 5th through the 10th. But today we are going to see some changes. I'm looking at our live cams right now, Kannapolis, Monroe, Dallas, and you still see the sunshine, but you're definitely seeing some of these high clouds, especially across the region today. This is all ahead of this cold front that's going to be rolling through the area for the second half of our Sunday and into Monday morning. Now, for the most part, it's bringing in some high clouds for us, but there are more abundant clouds, some low to mid-level clouds up toward the mountains and foothills. So it's definitely going to be cooler there today for that reason. But with the high situated just to our south, we're still in the Charlotte area going to see the warm wind coming in from the south and west, and that's going to prevent our temperatures from cooling off too much this afternoon. So officially, if you're heading to the Woolly Worm Festival, your forecast looks, I'd say, okay. Yeah, yesterday was definitely a better day with this chance for rain, but we'll see a few spotty showers possible, mainly after about 2 to 6 p.m. for areas near Banner Elk, but definitely cloud cover, and those highs will only reach the 60s. It won't be a bad day, but if you're heading out to the Woolly Worm Festival today in the mountains, I definitely have a rain jacket or an umbrella handy just in case. You don't want to get caught in that downpour, especially when they're really short-lived. Because then, of course, you'll be upset at yourself, right, for getting caught in a downpour. Temperatures this afternoon, again, 60s for the mountains, upper 70s, lower 80s for the foothills, and then we're pretty much in the lower 80s across most of the Piedmont. You can see the cloud cover, again, more than yesterday, but not necessarily abundant. Here's the hour-by-hour forecast here for this afternoon. Of course, the green means that we are cloud-free, and the clouds are the white shadings. So you'll see some of those spotty showers as well up toward the mountains foothills. This, of course, time frame was between 1 and 7 p.m. As we progress closer to the midnight hour, you can see rain becomes more abundant for the mountains especially. This is all north really up I-40 through about midnight and 1 a.m. And that's going to be also an opportunity for some storms to develop. Now, the primary threat here with these storms in the mountains and foothills will be some gusty wind in excess of 60 miles per hour. Now, this is something that they're used to seeing this time of year, especially. But you know what happens, right? When you're not expecting it, you have outdoor lawn furniture, things of that nature. So bring them inside if you just want to double check that nothing gets blown around, this evening as the front moves through. Eventually, after midnight, these showers will approach areas of the northern Piedmont, even toward the Charlotte metro area. 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. Now, as the front moves further south, it is going to weaken. So rain chances at 7 a.m. will not be as crazy as midnight and 1 a.m., but you'll still see some spotty rain for that Monday morning commute. And with the clouds, it'll be kind of a messy start to the day, but the clouds will clear out by the afternoon, and so will the rain. So I'd expect everything to be wrapped up by lunchtime tomorrow. Again, just a quick reminder, I just mentioned this a second ago, where the threat for some gusty winds will be: Ash, Watauga, Avery counties, even a sliver of Caldwell and Burke, maybe in those mountain areas. And they could see a few pockets of heavy rain as well, but it won't be a widespread, consistent rain. In fact, rainfall totals peaking between about a quarter of an inch to a half of an inch for areas north of I-40. The rest of the Piedmont, honestly, it's pretty spotty in terms of overall accumulation. Now, the drought monitor is not crazy right now, but any little bit helps, because we don't want the drought situation to get bad once again. So what to wear in the morning? Haven't used this graphic in quite some time because the answer lately has either been nothing or it's just been a light jacket. But Monday morning, so tomorrow when you're getting the kids ready for school, I'd give them a rain jacket just in case, maybe a light jacket, something with a hood, just so if it's kind of a light rain, they don't get their hair wet, things of that nature. But you're really going to feel the effects of this cold front heading toward Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning, Thursday especially, and Friday morning. In fact, we'll have 4 mornings in a row, likely with temperatures below 40 degrees in Charlotte. So remember, these temperatures are in Charlotte. These aren't northern temperatures. 32 right now is the coldest number that I have on the 7-day forecast. This is again for Thursday morning, October 20th. I did look at the official data, and this is not a record value for this time of year, but the record is 30, so it'll be pretty close. So I think that just goes to show how much of a shock to the system I think it could be for many folks that we haven't had these temperatures, again, this cold since April 10th, but a consistent cold for this many mornings in a row. So for those of you who maybe don't like the cold weather, or any of my friends watching this who complain when the temperature gets below 50, guys, you're going to have to bundle up as you're heading up for the next few days. Now, this begs the question, if we were to get a freeze on Thursday, and we are definitely going to have a frost at some point this week because it typically takes 36 or below with a light wind to get there. And we're going to have, like I said, 39 on Tuesday, 34, definitely frost expected, 32 on Thursday, and then again 37 on Friday. So a frost is happening no matter what. Freeze, that's a little bit of a question mark, but I showed this graphic 2 weeks ago when we had our first temperature below 36 in the mountains, and they're right on time. They're in the middle part of October. But what about here in the Charlotte area? Well, if you look at the purple shading, pretty much anyone from Mecklenburg County and south down toward Columbia typically sees their first date on October 26th. Now, this Wednesday, Thursday, that's the 19th and the 20th. So we are going to be average wise about a week earlier than normal. Now, does this mean an overall big change? Honestly, not really. I think the only thing that we want to note is that this is a continuing trend of a cooler October. In fact, the beginning of October has been one of the coolest starts since 2011, and we really haven't had that many days at or above average. So I think this earlier frost and freeze is definitely indicative of that trend continuing through the end, at least, of the month. Even as we go toward the end of the month, like 24th, up toward Halloween, things look to be at average right now. So it's definitely not going to get a ton warmer. Our average high this time of year is around 74. Now, I want to show you guys this just to hone in on again how cold this is going to be. Of course, here in the metro, low to mid 30s, again, earlier than this normal for this time of year. But look at the mountain temperatures. They're going to be even colder, mid 20s, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. The one benefit is it doesn't look like we'll have much of a wind, which means the wind chill shouldn't be a huge factor. But this will be a big deal because they're going to see their first hard freeze of the season. Now, when the first hard freeze happens is typically different every single year. A hard freeze is 25 degrees or below, but this will effectively end the growing season for these areas. And again, when this happens a little bit earlier than normal, shortening the growing season, anything different than average is never a good thing, right? Because of course we plan for things to be normal. So if you have farmers in your family, anyone who maybe grows plants, whether it's for fun or for their job, things of that nature, just make sure that they're aware of this. This will again be 30s, so widespread frost expected for the Piedmont. And then, of course, a hard freeze likely toward the mountains, and even portions of the foothills could drop into the upper 20s. And this will be primarily for these folks up in the mountains, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, our coldest mornings in the Charlotte area, Wednesday and Thursday. So it's definitely going to be a wild week of weather coming up because eventually things do look to warm up as we hit the end of the work week and heading toward the weekend. So here's an overall view of your 7-day forecast. Today, again, 82 degrees in Charlotte. We will have some overnight rain possible, but mainly tomorrow morning. 70 still tomorrow as the cold front rolls in. A cold front shift is not immediate. You typically feel it a few hours later, which is why you really won't feel the first taste of colder air till Tuesday morning. And then once we're only in the mid 50s Tuesday afternoon, I really think many folks will be like, okay, this is wild because, we'll have heavy coats in the morning, but still a jacket in the afternoon, which we haven't really had that. We've had those jacket mornings and then 70s in the afternoon. So again, Wednesday, frost likely in the morning, 34 in the morning, upper 50s in the afternoon. It will be colder that day up toward App State for their next home game. But then it's Thursday morning that we're the coldest, Thursday morning. So that's October 20th. A light freeze will be possible. Right now I'm going 32 degrees. 62 in the afternoon, so a little bit of a warm up. And then that kind of starts the warming trend as we head toward Friday and into the weekend. Models have been flip flopping a lot on our rain chances for next weekend. I've had some 30%, some 20% in overall coverage. Right now, I'm trending drier just because it looks like the overall pattern will be that. We really don't have another cold front bringing us that opportunity for rain, but just keep an eye out for next weekend to see some small changes, maybe a 20%, chance of rain here and there. But for the most part, right now, it does look like the lower 40s to kick off Saturday morning, low 70s in the afternoon. Of course, for the Charlotte 49ers, their first home game back at home in a few weeks. So that's the overall forecast, guys. I know there's a lot of changes as we head toward the work week. Exactly how cold it is will determine whether or not we get a frost and a freeze. So I just encourage everyone to stay weather aware throughout the week and just stay up to date on any changes. You can always do that with our WCNC mobile app. You can get in the palm of your hands. And I know I push this a lot, but I really just think it's important. A lot of weather apps, like the one that actually comes on all of our phones, do not do a good job with the forecast because it's all based on model data. Whereas our local app, we actually do go in and manually change those things. So, if one model showing rain this morning and one showing rain tomorrow, we of course are trained meteorologists to be able to change those things. And while it's not going to be right 100% of the time, it's definitely more accurate than your app there. And of course, I mentioned this at the top of this stream. You can also send us your pictures with that near me function. So it's really great to have. I hope everyone has a safe, happy and healthy Sunday ahead. Enjoy the lower 80s because those big changes are coming. This time in just a few mornings, temperatures will be in the 30s. So go ahead and get ready for it. And of course, stay safe. And don't forget to bring in those outdoor pets and outdoor plants, especially Wednesday and Thursday mornings, because we'll reach that 34, 32 degree mark. And of course, if you can't cover up or bring inside your plants, you can of course cover them up to help keep them safe. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.